What's going on, everyone? It's the Crazy Review Man 22 here, and welcome to my channel. First and foremost, good morning to all of you, and for those who are watching in the afternoon or at night, good afternoon and good night, or good evening, depending on when you are watching this. So, I've got two stacks here. We have a stack of DVDs and we have a stack of Blu-rays, a wide variety of titles and genres. Um, I hit up a couple places, some stuff that came out recently for a good price. We got a couple Criterions that I picked up. Hit up some pawn shops and thrift stores, Goodwill, just a wide variety of different places. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get right into this update. So we're going to start off with the Snapper Case DVDs that I got. I know at one point Snapper Case releases were just like a pain in the ass, and just everybody got rid of them. But more recently, I think they're being collected more often. There are films out there that you really can't come across very often in the standard DVD case, because usually they re-released a film from a snapper case to like a standard, I think they call it like a keep case, and then there's always the Blu-ray, but sometimes the Blu-ray's out of print and it's way more than what you want to pay. So I tend to find some good titles on snapper case releases, and I do have a nice selection of films on the that are snapper cases. But so anyway, let's get started. So the first one I picked up here stars Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker, and that is Money Talks. I've only seen a couple scenes through this, throughout the movie, so I don't really know a whole lot. I haven't seen it all the way through, just what I've been able to come across. But I know it's funny. I know it's entertaining. The next one I picked up here is The Replacements. It's got Keanu Reeves, John Favreau, or John Favreau. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. Orlando Jones. I've actually seen clips on Facebook for this movie, and it looked pretty interesting. I don't really know why I never took the time to see it, but it looks like a fun, football related movie. So really look forward to watching that one. Picked up a great John Travolta film, and that's the film Michael. If you guys have not seen this one, I would recommend you do. It's a really great film. He plays an angel, basically. It's got a great cast. I mean, we have William Hurt. You've got, what is her name? Andy McDowell, which you don't really see her very often anymore. Not sure why that is. Looks like Bob Hoskins is in this as well. But yeah, you don't see Andy McDowell in a lot of stuff. But regardless, looking forward to revisiting that one. This next one that I picked up, I've heard good things about, and it's there is a Criterion release of it, but I came across the DVD for like $3, so I figured why not. And it's the Philadelphia Story. This has got Cary Grant, James Stewart, and Katharine Hepburn. I can do a really great impression of Jimmy Stewart. I mean, he's not hard to impersonate. And actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually related to Katharine Hepburn. She is a cousin. Her mother and my great grandfather were cousins. So it was pretty interesting to learn that I was related to her. Never got the opportunity to miss her or meet her, which is unfortunate. And she passed away back in 2003. So very, very unfortunate that I did not get the chance to meet her, because if she was still around, or if I had gotten the opportunity, I would have really liked to pick her brain when it comes to, you know, the film industry and things like that. But yeah, so really cool to pick this one up, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. This next one that I picked up, I knew was out of print right away. Um, it goes for like around $10 or so, but it looked pretty interesting from what I read, and I'm not even sure who's in this. Uh, doesn't say who the cast is, but I do recognize uh, the faces. Um, Gregory Hines is in it, who I've always liked. Yeah, looks pretty interesting, but it's Wolfen. So it was really cool to come across this. Looking forward to checking it out. I've heard some pretty good things about it. Uh, the next one I picked up here. So if you guys saw my last update, I had picked up Silence of the Lambs. So I've been trying to slowly complete some collections, at least some of the collections that I like. I have Bring It On as a prime example. I will only have that movie because to me that's the best one out of the series. I don't care for the other ones. But if it's Silence of the Lambs and it's all the other films in that series, then those I will pick up because each film is a great film that they all tie in. So I picked up Hannibal. You got Julianne Moore and Anthony Hopkins. I love Julianne Moore. She's like one of my favorite actresses. Really cool to find this. It's a 2-disc set, which is pretty nice. You can never go wrong with the 2 discs when it comes to learning some cool features on the film. So picked that one up. I picked up the 2-disc special edition of Dirty Dancing, which is a classic. I mean, I'm sure everybody has seen this movie, loaded with special features. It is sad that we don't have Patrick Swayze with us no more. It just, I think Hollywood has a gap of talented actors when a lot of these talented actors have passed away. With the likes of like Swayze, who left so early at a young age, and even Chadwick Bowen, Bozen, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but him passing away at a very early age last year, you could tell Hollywood has a very large gap of talented actors who have just passed away. It's kind of like sports. When you have a great player and they either retire or they have passed away or something in that formality, it just, you could tell it's not the same. Like, that person had some part of why this movie was a success, or why Hollywood was a success, and why different movies were coming out. We weren't getting remake after remake after reboot and all that. So it definitely sucks, but nonetheless, it's a great film. The next one I picked up here, I believe this movie should have a Criterion release. I'm not joking. This movie is fantastic. Laura Dern, who I absolutely love. Jake Gyllenhaal. You have the actor who plays Sherman, the American Pie movies. You've got the one actor from the Steve Harvey Show, who was also in the Butterfly Effect, and just a wide variety of great actors. But it's the film October Sky. I would recommend this one for those who have not seen it. It's based on a true story. Everybody's performance is fantastic. This, I believe, came out like right after he did Bubble Boy and Donnie Darko, I believe. I believe it was after those two. But like I said, I believe this movie should have a Criterion release. It's just one of those films that definitely deserves that type of release. The next one here is Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness, the bootleg edition. Um, Army of Darkness and the Evil Dead films have always had these different releases, especially this one, where it's just like it looks like a brown paper bag. And you could tell because like the Army of Darkness would be on the back is popping out, um, which is really cool. And then uh, basically the chapter selection scene is just like a piece of paper out of a notebook, and then the disc looks like a writable, which is pretty cool. Um, I really like this movie. It's one of my favorites out of the trilogy. Um, Bruce Campbell is fantastic. Now, there's been talks and rumors about a 4K release for this movie. I hope that happens because I would be jumping on this on a heartbeat if it gets a 4K release. But really cool to pick this one up. Excuse me. Picked up another film that I believe should have a Criterion release. It's got a great cast. We have Tobey Maguire, Jeff Daniels, Joan Allen, William H. Macy, J.T. Walsh, Reese Witherspoon, Paul Walker is in this. Earlier in his career, this was of course before Fast and Furious. It was right after he did Varsity Blues, because I think this one came out like '98. Um, which I believe was the same time he did Varsity Blues as well, or it could have been after he had done this. He went on to do Varsity Blues. I can't remember, but it's the film Pleasantville. Why Pleasantville hasn't had a Criterion release is beyond me, because it's one of those movies I truly do believe should have one. I would love to see like updated interviews with the cast talking about this movie and how special this movie is. I do truly believe this movie is a special film. It came out in '98, like I said. Double checking for the year, but I don't see it. But yeah, I believe it came out in 1998 and just became a masterpiece. It's about, if you guys aren't familiar, I'll give you a quick synopsis. But it's about two siblings played by Reese Witherspoon and Tobey Maguire. They're left at home, and they kind of argue from time to time, but eventually it leads them to being stuck into an old 1950s TV series that Tobey Maguire likes. And as like everybody knows who they are, but they, you know, they everybody thinks they're the TV characters, but they know they're not. And the longer they stay in this small town, they start to turn everything that's black and white to be color. And it's weird because the characters know they're black and white. It's really, really interesting. So, definitely a great movie. The next one I picked up is a stand-up special. I don't really buy stand-up specials very often, or none at all. Majority of them I buy, I just flip because some of them are worth some, some pretty. I wouldn't say pretty decent money, but they're worth something like $10 to $15 or more. But this one I bought because I like the guy. He's in Half Baked. He was a cast member for Saturday Night Live back in like the late '90s, and it's the it's the stand-up special Jim Brewer Hardcore. So I'm looking forward to watching this. I know it's gonna be pretty entertaining. Picked up Red Dragon for the Hannibal Lecter series. This stars Edward Norton's in it. Ralph Fiennes, I believe is how you pronounce it. Harvey Keitel, which I didn't realize Harvey Keitel is in it. Probably butchered his last name. Emily Watson, Mary Louise Parker, which I also didn't realize, and the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman, who I think was a very talented actor, and it's just a shame how that he passed and how he did. Such a great actor. But yeah, Hannibal, I think, is a great movie. I've seen this movie like a couple times. Everybody's performance in this is just fantastic. The next one I picked up is Das Boot, the director's cut. Heard some pretty good things about it, so wanted to check it out. It's really cool to find that. At Walmart, I picked up a Disney title. I picked up the Parent Trap 2 movie collection, which includes the original Parent Trap and the Parent Trap 2. I already owned the remake with Lindsay Lohan, but I did not own this. So when I saw that at Walmart for $7.50, I figured why not. $7.50 for two films is a pretty good deal. Picked up Airplane 2, the sequel, which I really do enjoy. Not a bad sequel, pretty entertaining. I think majority of everybody comes back. Yeah, definitely one to check out. And then I picked up Dragnet, which is one of my favorite movies. Dan Aykroyd, Tom Hanks, Christopher Plummer. Just great movie. I wanted to get the Blu-ray, the Shout Select Blu-ray, but I've been having a hard time trying to find it and trying to find it for a good price because I really would like to get the Blu-ray. I know there's a UK Blu-ray release of this film with the same artwork as this DVD, but it's region locked, so I would have to get a region free player, and I don't want to do that. So I definitely would like to eventually get the Shout Select if I can find it for a good price, but for now I don't mind dealing with the DVD. So that's it on the DVDs. Not bad. Some really great titles, a mixture of different genres. Majority of them I think are like comedy, but there's some drama and horror in there, so not bad. So now we're going to get started with the Blu-rays. The first one I had to get this one. Vestron's been doing really well. I hope you guys, I'm going to state this before I continue on. My stomach is growling. Why it's growling is beyond me. But if you guys hear any of that while watching this video, I do apologize. I don't know how loud it's going to be or if the audio will pick up on it, but my stomach is rumbling like crazy. So let's get back into the update. So Vestron Video has been doing pretty well recently. They dropped the prices on their newer releases dramatically. I think these were coming out at like 30 to 40 bucks. They took a year break, I believe, a year and a half break, and decided to release them at like 13 bucks, which to me is amazing. So I ended up picking up Little Monsters when that came out, and now you could pick that up for like $5, which is not bad. But this one just recently came out. I had to pick this up, and that is The Wraith. I just watched this one last night, and it looks absolutely amazing. Great sci-fi revenge film. Tons of features on here, and it's definitely one to have in your collection. This one we didn't have a Blu-ray release for the longest time. I think a lot of collectors were importing the Blu-ray release from overseas, and we finally got one this year. So very happy to finally have that in my collection. Picked up a few Criterions. First one being The Breakfast Club, which was a must for me. Watched this one last weekend. It looks amazing. It looks gorgeous. It does have a 4K scan, so if you have a 4K player, it's gonna look really good. So I had to get that one. This one I used to have the original Blu-ray release for it, but I did not know that there was a Criterion release for it, so I definitely had to pick it up, and that is Sid and Nancy. This is a biopic that stars Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is a fantastic character actor. You can hardly recognize him in anything he basically does, but great movie. Definitely one to have in your collection. And then I picked up Moonstruck. Never actually seen this, but it's got Cher, it's got Nicolas Cage. It also has the actor from Do the Right Thing. He's in this as well. The guy who owns the pizza shop. And there's a few other recognizable faces, but yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. Excuse me, guys. I always feel like when I try to do a video, there's always like something that tries to interrupt me. So weird. But I'm sure it happens to the best of us. The next one I here that I picked up, I definitely had to pick up. It's got Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. I don't think I've actually seen this movie all the way through. I think I've seen just a few scenes here and there, but it's Tombstone. So looking forward to that. Picked up a Josh Peck film that I think everybody should check out. It's The Whackness. This came out like right after he did when Drake and Josh ended, and after he did that, he went on to do this. And yeah, it's a really good movie. He plays like a weed dealer, which is pretty cool. You've got Ben Kingsley, Mary Kate Olsen, a Method Man, Famke Janssen, I believe how you pronounce her name. She was Jean Grey in the first 3 X-Men movies. So yeah, she's in here. So good movie. Definitely one to have in your collection. I had to get this one. It's a great movie. Dodgeball. You know, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Oh my god, I love this movie. Just a bunch of great, wacky characters. Just great one-liners. I love that movie. It's fantastic. This next one, I didn't even realize this is out of print, and I was really glad to find it. I basically got these Blu-rays for $1 at the pawn shop, but I picked up the Benchwarmers. I love this movie. This movie is fantastic. There are scenes in this movie that just scratch my head a little bit and make me laugh. Like one scene where David Spade is, because he works at a rental store, and he sits there and looks at the old man that he works with, who probably shouldn't even be working there. And David Spade like goes like this, and then he's like bros before hoes and stuff. And the old man's like, I don't even know who you are. And then there's another scene where he's like, I smell Cinnabons or something like that. There's some funny shit in this movie, and it's, I don't know, I just love it. They did a sequel. Why they did a sequel is beyond me. And like the only person that returned was John Lovitz. It was stupid. Picked up Death Warrant with Van Damme. I don't think I have this in my collection, so definitely wanted to pick it up. It's the old, like, what, 20th Century Fox MGM release of it. This next one I picked up, I definitely had to get. It's a classic football movie. It's a Sean Astin film, but it's Rudy. I love this movie. It's like one of my favorites. Watched this numerous times growing up. I know I used to watch it in class one time when I was in middle school or high school. So really glad to pick that up. And then this last one that I picked up, I was very happy to find. I found this at Goodwill for $6. So not bad. So I got 6 Blu-rays for $1 a piece. But it's the Christopher Nolan collection. And I didn't think this was going to be complete, but surprisingly, it was. It includes all the movies. It includes the booklet. It includes the art cards, so, or like the postcards. So very, very nice. And the Blu-rays feel like they've just had the shrink wrap taken off, and that was it. It looked like nobody watched it, and then the box set sat on the shelf. So yeah, really, really cool to find this. Awesome. So there you have it. That's my long collection update. This video is at like 25 minutes just about. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you guys are notified when I upload videos. Comment down below. I want to hear your opinion on these movies, and let's try to hit 200 subscribers. So until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.